Good afternoon and good evening to you all. Welcome to Friday's edition of the Full 100. Today is Friday the 19th of March, entering into the final stretch of the month now, guys, and it'll soon be April. Guys, it's we've got a breaking news show today. There's been some basically accusations flying around. We don't tend to see it here in the UK or on US news or UK news, Western news. But if you leave Western news, a lot of people out there, billions of people out there, think that COVID-19 started in a US lab, in a US military lab in Maryland. And we're going to bring that information to you guys today. And then you guys can decide or look into it further on your own time, in your own time, in your own ways, and all of that. To me, I'm just bringing information to you guys, and you guys decide what you believe after that. Also, there's a little bonus video at the end. There's a kingdom called the Kingdom of Bhutan. It's somewhere in the Mongolia region, near China. It's in Asia. It's a very, very small kingdom, very free type of nation, and we're going to bring you what the houses have painted on them in the Kingdom of Bhutan. So guys, without further ado, let's get down to today's show. Right, so like I've said, Chinese media, as well as their allies, you know, Iranian media have pushed it, Russian media has pushed it, but it seems as if it's gaining traction. This news is gaining traction. I'm happy to call it fake news, personally, because look, in my opinion, a lot of the viruses that affect humankind going back 100 years, many of them, respiratory ones, have come from China. These people eat all sorts of crazy stuff. It's not really a mind-boggling thing to think that if something lives in bats, that it started off in and got transferred to human beings, that it originated from China, because Chinese eat bats. They're the only people I've seen eat bats. Obviously, there might be other kind of people, but we don't see them. They're in the jungle somewhere. The Chinese eat it in their cities. They got big cities like London, and they eat it on their cities. In their cities, sorry. So this news that they're bringing out, we see the thing with fake news, they throw a little bit of true stuff in it, as we all know, yeah? So in 2019, the lab was shut down, I do believe. The US lab in Maryland, it's called Dietrich, was shut down due to an accident or something they wanted to investigate. So that much was true. What the Chinese are trying to say is that is probably how COVID started. So guys, it's a short video today. It's Friday. I want to take a break. I want to be done with the week. So let's get on with the show. It's a very short one today. So here's the first video on that topic. Take a look, guys.
First began in the U.S., specifically here at the U.S. Army's Fort Detrick Medical Research Lab in Maryland. Inspectors for the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention briefly halted work here in 2019 to investigate safety concerns. There is no evidence the virus originated in the U.S., but China's state media saw an opportunity. Beginning in March of last year, as the virus started sweeping across the world, they published stories surrounding the Fort Detrick lab and a possible leak. A foreign ministry spokesperson went a step further, tweeting last March that it might be the U.S. Army who brought the epidemic to Wuhan. Soon after, China's government-controlled broadcaster began airing mini documentaries on the Fort Detrick conspiracy theory. For 10 months, China's foreign ministry has relentlessly pushed the conspiracy. And just as the WHO field team arrived in Wuhan in January to investigate the origin, Chinese officials once again voiced their version of a possible lab leak. I'd like to stress that if the United States truly respects facts, it should open the biological lab at Fort Detrick, give more transparency to issues like its 200-plus overseas biolabs, and invite WHO experts to conduct origin tracing in the United States, the spokesperson said. That clip of the foreign ministry spokesperson went viral online, circulating on both Western and Chinese social media.
Welcome back, guys. Guys, I looked into Fort Detrick, and it's a military lab. There isn't a lot you can find on that. There's not a lot. It's not a normal lab. So it's shrouded in military secrecy, right? Maybe that's why the Chinese picked it, because if you're trying to find much on there, you're not going to find a lot on them. So it's pretty tough to verify. I mean, the news as much as said that you heard it on there, they as much as accepted the fact that there was some kind of an incident back in 2019 which they were investigating, and they also got over 200 other labs dotted around the world, affiliated with the US Army. It's a tough one. I don't believe it for a second, because we haven't seen any viruses come out of the UK or France or even Spain, even though that was called the Spanish flu. It was from China, or the US. We haven't seen any of it's not happened in living memory, you know. So I personally, I'm not buying into it, but like you're gonna see my next video, over 2.5 billion people are listening to this and buying into it. So take a look at the second part.
CNN reviewed data analysis of internet searches in China. It shows that after the initial push of the conspiracy theory in March 2020, search interest in Fort Detrick remained relatively flat for nearly a year, only to surge once again in January, just as the WHO source tracing field mission got underway in Wuhan. During that time, more than 230,000 posts using the Fort Detrick hashtag were viewed more than 1.48 billion times on social media platform Weibo. And the foreign ministry hashtag attracted more than 210,000 posts with 790 million views. China has also floated the theory that the virus originally got into Wuhan through imported frozen foods. As CNN uncovered late last year, that theory has led to hazmat-like handling of international cargo, and it's encouraged Chinese state media to label the virus as an imported threat, suggesting it even started that way. The range of origin theories, an attempt to seemingly deflect blame and sow doubt in ever uncovering this devastating and deadly pandemic's true source.
This is classic propaganda strategy, right? Create a lie. You don't have to convince everyone or even most people, just muddy the waters. Trouble is, David, you're seeing this getting a lot of attention in China. Is it resonating? Are they buying it?
It's interesting. One study out of the UK, an organization there, surveyed people from around the world. And it may sound shocking, but 30% of those surveyed here in China believe that the virus originated in the US.
You can see from that, that's some serious... I mean, none of you heard about that. I guarantee not many people who are going to watch this video knew that that was even a thing. When you leave these shows and you explore the news, that's what they're talking about. People out there actually believe that this started in a US military lab, while we here in the West think it started from China, or believe it started from China. See what I mean? This is what the world is today, guys. I mean, 2.5 billion people view that. Now imagine all the other people they spoke to. You can say as much as 3.5 billion people right now probably believe that. But I guess none of them are in the West, you know? So this is some weird stuff. Guys, you know what I do? I'll bring you guys the news, and we try and crack the fake news open and deal with it. But guys, as it's Friday, I have a very interesting story. Now, imagine if in London, imagine if we painted large, oversized penises on our walls as to bring us fertility. And every other... Imagine if you're walking through your local town or high roads, and every other house has got a penis on the wall with a bit of sperm coming out of it. Sorry for the children watching this, but I'm trying to keep it as clean as possible. But guys, listen to Michael Palin in this video, Um, listen to how he discusses this. He's so fascinated looking at this, right? So guys, take a look at this video. Like I said, this is a country called the Kingdom of Bhutan. Many people have probably never heard of it. They really don't get involved in a lot of stuff. You might see them in the Olympics and that, but they're very peaceful people. They just mind their own business and they live their own life. In many ways, it probably is a nice place to live if you had all your mod cons and stuff like that. So guys, take a look at the Kingdom of Bhutan in Asia and how they worship the penis. Take a look.
They put the stones down, then they compact mud down a thick wall. It's a very thick wall of mud, and then on top it's wood and acra.
It looks quite
it's
solid.
all handmade, you know, the wooden.
Yeah.
And of course, most houses in Western Bhutan have the phallic symbol.
I know, that's a
which
really
is,
wonderfully drawn phallus, isn't it?
It's to ward off evil and for prosperity and protection.
Yeah. So that's actually a fertility symbol,
Yes.
with the sperm coming out
Yes.
and all that. And
There are half a dozen painted penises in this village alone. They were inspired by a 16th century religious hero called Drukpa Kunli, the divine madman, who walked the length of the country preaching and, as far as one can tell, practicing his fervent brand of phallocentricity. And no one here bats an eyelid.
Welcome back, guys. Ain't that a thing, right? It's crazy cultures, right? It's absolutely crazy. Did you hear Michael Palin say, oh yeah, wow, no one bats an eyelid? Of course they won't. It's normal. It's not normal for us, but it's normal for them. Guys, look, it's a fun addition to the end of the show, guys, for the end of the week. I hope that brought a smile to your faces, and I hope none of you don't go drawing large penises on your walls, because I think the police here might have something to say about it. On that note, guys, please like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe, guys. Don't watch this without hitting the subscribe button. In the meantime, have a fabulous weekend. And summer's on. I think the clocks might be going back pretty soon as well. So guys, I'll see you all on Monday for the next installment. Take care and all the best. Hit subscribe. Bye bye.